See my lapel. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Whew. Let's get it. Whew. Let's get it. Ah, let's get it. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get this, baby. This, we'll make it happen. Pop it, man. Let's do it. You ready? You ready? Let's do it. What's going on, YouTube? Hello to my favorite friends out there in the YouTube community. I am Darian, the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love looking good and what? Yeah, that's right. Smelling amazing, because that's what I do. So today, I'm going to give you a quick list. I think this list is going to be very helpful. I often get asked the question, Bowtie Fragrance Guy, what if I'm a guy that only needs 1, 2, maybe 3 fragrances? What should I get? In these type scenarios, you want to grab a fragrance that is versatile. You want to grab a fragrance that can pretty much be good for any season and any occasion. So today I want to drop 10 fragrances, top 10 in my collection that I think will serve this purpose. So these are going to be my top 10 versatile fragrances. These are the fragrances, again, that if you're not an avid collector and you don't need more than 5 fragrances and you want to have, again, maybe 1 to 3 fragrances that you can pretty much go to, they can be your signature scents that you can pretty much get away with wearing casually, dressed up, pretty much any season. This is the list for you. So if you want to hear what those 10 fragrances are, stay tuned. The first fragrance on this list that I want to talk about is from the house of DUNHILL, and this is DUNHILL Icon. There was a lot of hype in the fragrance community about this fragrance, and I think for good reason. Some people have said, and I would have to tend to agree with this because I'm actually wearing this today. My wife said, "What are you wearing today?" Many of you that watched my Valentine's Day video knows that one of her favorite fragrances is TERRE de HERMES, and she said it smells like TERRE de HERMES, but it's not. It's DUNHILL Icon. This fragrance does give off a similar vibe to TERRE de HERMES, and so it's a fragrance that's really good. It opens up this bright bergamot and neroli combination. It's kind of spicy in the heart. It has leather and vetiver and some other things on the base. Very good fragrance. Again, you can dress this up or down, and it's pretty good throughout all seasons. And so this is one that I would recommend from the house of DUNHILL. This is DUNHILL Icon. The next fragrance on this list comes from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, and this is Blanc. This is another great fragrance that would serve that purpose, versatility. It has some citruses on the top, some cedar on the base, along with some tonka. So it opens up kind of citrusy, but dries down to this nice kind of sweet, woody fragrance. This is a beautiful fragrance. Again, great for office wear across the board in all seasons. Again, you can dress this one up or down. Great workhorse fragrance here from the house of Yves Saint Laurent. This is Blanc. The next fragrance on this list comes from the house of Coach, and this is Coach for Men. Another one I think serves that purpose. Great workhorse fragrance. This one opens up with a fresh bergamot as well. It has some ambergris on the base. Just a great fragrance, man. This one is very easy to wear. You can wear this one to work. You can dress it up, down. Again, another very versatile fragrance from the house of Coach. This is Coach for Men. The next fragrance on this list actually is TERRE de HERMES, and that's why I listed DUNHILL Icon as the honorable mention. They have some similarities, but this one does what DUNHILL Icon did, I think, a little bit better. This has gunflint in it. It's orange and like this kind of dirty vetiver thing going on. Awesome fragrance. Again, if you're looking for maybe 1 to 3, this is one that you would want to check out. Great work fragrance. If you're dressed up, you have to dress up kind of like what I have on today, casually or actually with a tie. This one works wonders. You can wear it pretty much across all seasons. So again, another great versatile fragrance is TERRE de HERMES. This next fragrance took the fragrance community by storm for quite some time, and this is none other than from the house of Mont Blanc. It is INDIVIDUEL. As you can see, I really like this fragrance. It's all the way down to here. But again, anybody that follow my channel for a while knows that I love Creed Original Santal. And this, of course, they do have very, very similar vibes. This has raspberry, it has juniper berry, it has chocolate. There's some citruses in here. There's some florals in here. There's a lot in here. But I think that's what makes it so versatile, because that's something that you'll find when you have fragrances that usually have some florals and some citrus combinations in there, and they dry down to some maybe a sweet tonka or a woody base with some leather. These are the type of fragrances that usually transition well, and they actually progress well in the development of the fragrance, and that makes it really good to wear across a lot of different seasons and occasions. And this one is no different from the house of Mont Blanc. This is Individuel. This next fragrance comes from the house of HERMES, and this is HERMES Club de Nuit Intense Man. Of course, this is one of the better, in my opinion, Aventus clones out there. This one, again, a nice workhorse fragrance. This has the pineapple in there, it has the apple in there, it has the birch, it has the woody nuances. It's a very good fragrance. Honestly, again, I get as much compliments with this as I do with Aventus. It's more chemical, of course, but you know, the average person doesn't really pick those kind of things up. But again, another versatile fragrance. Aventus is versatile. You can pretty much wear Aventus across the board. And this is another one you can wear across the board from the house of HERMES. This is Club de Nuit Intense Man. The next fragrance on this list comes from the house of VERSACE. Again, this is a fragrance that I really, really like. I don't talk about it as much, but I put a great dent in this. This is from the house of VERSACE. This is Dylan Blue. Again, this fragrance, of course, is one that I reach for a lot of times in a more casual setting, work setting, but it pairs well with a suit, shirt, and tie as well. It opens up with a bright citrus notes. It's a woody fougere, so it's very, very citrusy and woody, but there's also ambroxan in this as well. Ambroxan, to me, it brings like this universal appeal a lot of times in fragrances. That's what you find in fragrances like DIOR SAUVAGE, and actually in Coats for Men. A very good workhorse fragrance if you're looking for, again, just 1 to 3 fragrances. This is one that will serve you well, and it's not that expensive either. From the house of VERSACE, this is Dylan Blue. The next fragrance on this list comes from the house of Chanel, and this is Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. This fragrance is sweet, it's manly, it's kind of there's a musky element to this that makes it extremely manly, but it's sweet, it's woody, and it's spicy. I absolutely love this fragrance. Again, for the colder months, the warmer months, you can get away with wearing this fragrance. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but dress it up and down, and that's what this list is about. Another extremely versatile fragrance from the house of Chanel. This is Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. The next fragrance on this list comes from the house of Giorgio Armani. As I've already said, what happens when you take the best-selling men's fragrance of all time and you add some incense, you get ACQUA PROFUMO. You get the same fresh aquatic DNA that you got from the original, but with this you get incense on the base. And that just took this fragrance to the next level. You can still wear it in the cooler months because of the aquatic nature of it, and of course it makes it very, very good to wear in the cold weather. The incense, this is just a gorgeous fragrance, guys. I know you've heard about this, but if you don't have it and you're looking for maybe 1 to 3, check this one out, ACQUA PROFUMO. The next fragrance on this list needs no introduction. I'm not even gonna talk about it a whole lot, but from the house of Christian Dior, this is DIOR SAUVAGE, and this is the EDP. I prefer the EDP. The EDT will work as well. It's a little bit more bright on the opening with the EDP, but the EDT. I'm sorry, but what I like about the EDP is the additional notes that they added: the star anise, the nutmeg, the vanilla. Again, makes it a little bit more versatile than the EDT, because with notes like star anise, nutmeg, and vanilla, that makes it shine in the winter as well as the warmer months. So this is the second one on this list from the house of Christian Dior. This is DIOR SAUVAGE Eau de Parfum. Last but not least, the #1 fragrance on this list, my most versatile fragrance, or one of the most versatile fragrances in my collection, goes from the House of Chanel, and this is Bleu de Chanel, and this is the EDP version. What's not to like about this fragrance? I've heard generic, and to me, a lot of times when I hear generic, that means that a lot of people like it. Mass appealing fragrance from the House of Chanel. Again, cold weather, warm weather, work, church, formal, wedding, you name it, this fragrance gets the job done. From the House of Chanel, this is Bleu de Chanel, and this is the EDP version. The EDT works as well, I prefer the EDP. Okay guys, that's been my time, and I thank you for tuning in to hear about some versatile fragrances. Again, these are some good choices if you just need 1 to 3 fragrances to get you through, and you're not into collecting and buying a whole lot of fragrances. These are some good recommendations that'll work pretty much any occasion, any season. As I always say, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. If you have not, and I'm not sure what that will be at this point, what reason that will be, but if you have not subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button that's somewhere around here, probably right here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button, man, because I don't want you to miss out on future content that I'll be bringing from this channel. And why would you guys do that? Because I'm the bold fragrance guy. I love to look good, and I love to smell amazing. So until next time, you guys keep looking good, and keep smelling even better. I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.